Welcome to Nexxlegacy's podcast, your home for authentic radio and great conversation. We are going live right now.
Nexxlegacy.
What's up? What's up? It's your boy R54, man.
What's up with it, Ramon? How you doing, man?
What's good, man?
Man, we on here talking about the arts tonight, man, along with the entertainment and music and movies, you know what I mean? Pushing these lines heavy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm over here working on some photos as we speak right now, man.
All right, man. Brand, I want to introduce you to my man R54, man. This is actually John Gilla's manager. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's also pushing the line with his own movement, man. He got the whole photography thing going on, man, which is also another art form within itself. You know what I'm saying? If you want to let the people know, man, what's going on with that, go ahead and speak to him, R.
Yeah, man. Check it out. Go to R54photography.com. You'll see, some celebrity stuff that I do. You'll see a shout out from Snoop Dogg, Ghostface Killer of the Wu-Tang Clan, Shock G, Lady of Rage. The list kind of goes on, man. So, you'll see some photos of Warren G that I did, Omarion. But I don't just shoot celebrities. I shoot everyday things, man. From families to weddings to, I shoot everything, man. I'm a humble guy, man. I stay humble.
Right. And that's one of the most important things, especially in the industry we're in, and in any industry for that matter. But let the people know, like, how important it is, man, to really keep your image, how important the image is, especially when you're in the public eye, or if you're in an industry where you're seen by the public or you're trying to be perceived by different masses. Let them know how important it is to get that clean image to come across, and how important it is to go ahead and really invest in that and not take it lightly.
Man, that's one thing I try to stress on everybody that I shoot. You have to invest. If you're going to invest, let's say if you're a music artist, invest in yourself. So if you're claiming to be the best rapper, who's heard of you? You got to have that image, because, forget you're a rapper. Think of yourself as a brand, and how am I going to market myself? And you're going to market yourself with that image. And that image has to be on point. It has to be, crisp. It has to be, don't have your boy that he just got a camera and, he's shooting and now he's considered a photographer. Man, stop all that. Call a professional and, let him handle it. Because in the long run, you might have to put out some money for it, and then, like I said, invest in yourself, invest in that image. But that might get you a record deal.
Right.
Hey, so
Just
in your professional, you can't have a dude running around with the disposable camera saying that he a photographer, right? Like, that's just out of there. You can't do that.
That's just, like I said, everybody's like, oh, well, my boy, he can hook it up, and, he just got a camera and it's 10 megapixels, and, man, I mean, if you're going to come at it like that, come like I come with a 21.1 megapixel Canon 5D Mark II. Those are the cameras that they film movies with.
Right. What they know about that, R? What they know about that, man? I don't think too many cats know about that, man. The ones that know. The ones that don't know need to know. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you get here on Team Dime, man. You get that good know-how, man. Get that good game, man. Get laced up on what you need to know. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, yo.
So with you doing a lot of photography and stuff, bro, you know what I mean? Like, your whole thing is focusing on the image. Now I know what you was talking about as far as the musician, you know what I'm saying, as far as, how it's supposed to be done and everything like that. But see, with your profession, I think it's a little bit different. I mean, it's kind of the same, but it's different in a way. Like, your profession, your whole target is image. You need to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you get the best light, you get the best shot, you get the best pose, you get the best position, you get the best everything. Music, you know what I'm saying, I think we all know, I think you're going to be more memorized for the substance you carry with your music versus the actual physical image that you literally have. You know what I'm saying? But my question to you, especially in your profession, is, you know, how do you go about a daily grind with your whole photography thing? Like, you know, how do you come to the conclusion, okay, today I'm going to shoot Snoop Dogg for what reason?
One thing that I'll share with everybody is connections. You got to be connected. A lot of times it's, you know, it's your work. That's one. You know, because if you don't have good work, you know, I'm not going to be getting the drop from Snoop. He's going to look at me like I'm, you know, nobody. So your work has to speak for itself. And the second thing is get out there and, you know, I'm on a daily grind on either if I'm on Twitter, Facebook. You know, I don't depend on anybody because I know what I'm capable of doing. So I got to go out there and just hustle. I got to pass out cards. I got to pass out flyers. And you just got to keep doing it, you know. And the bigger index of people that you get and to network with, you know, those are the people that you want to keep close to you, you know, and go from there. But be upfront with these people. Be honest with these people. And that will take you a long way. Because the minute you're not honest or they find something out about you or that you said or this and that or you break that trust level. You know, so you gotta have that trust level with people. And then they respect you back. You know, and then that's how I'm able to you know, get a picture of, you know, actually get to flick Snoop, you know, get to flick the Dog Pound, Warren G, you know, and then I've gotten good with a couple of these people where they give me the direct line. You know, and that's not, they're not doing that to every photographer. They're not doing that to every person that comes at them, you know.
Exactly. No, it's like what you say on that level too. You build that good rapport with your clients, you know what I'm saying? Because those clients is going to turn other people on to you for more potential clients and stuff like that. And that, to me, I always feel like that's always a good look, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. My question too is, when it comes to just like, you know, you kind of talked about your daily grind and your networking and stuff like that. Like, I mean, what do you think about just the whole photography movement in general? Do you feel like y'all deserve, you know, or get enough credit as far as for what y'all do and stuff like that?
You know what? That's a excellent question, man. You know, honestly, I don't think we get enough credit. Because nowadays people think, like I said, you know, like I said in the beginning, people think they could just buy a camera and all of a sudden they're a photographer. Right. You know, you know, I have an art background that I've been drawing since 4. So when people talk to me, I actually envision certain ideas and certain concepts in my head, you know, and you pretty much, nowadays, like I said, everybody thinks they're a photographer. So I could just go to, you know, Best Buy or, you know, go online and get a camera and I can shoot. Where the professional photographer goes out there, does, you know, shows what he can do, and that respect level's not there. You know, until let me kind of get famous in your roster that you shoot. Then everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon.
Right.
You know?
But I definitely think that you guys don't get enough credit because if people just take a second to sit back, man, every day you walk out your front door and you jump in your car and you go to wherever you go for your daily routine, just think about how many images you pass by, man, just in traffic, billboards, you know what I'm saying, TV, posters, you know what I mean, bus signs, I mean, everywhere, you know what I mean, it's images everywhere. Every image you see posted somewhere was shot by someone. You know what I mean? A professional photographer has to shoot that image and bring it to life and create that. You know what I mean? And that's where the art form comes in. Because, you know what I mean, the image you see may not necessarily be the image that was shot right there. You know what I mean? They had to create the background or the three-dimensional parts to go into it, or, you know what I'm saying, the photoshopping or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a photographer, so I really can't go in depth on what y'all do are, but I know that, you know what I'm saying, definitely need more credit given in that field because, you know what I'm saying, every image you see was shot by someone. It's not by chance that you're seeing the image that you're seeing. It was definitely a part of a plan and a deliberate intention to be shot and posted where you saw it.
Exactly. Yep. Every magazine cover, everything.
Right. Every CD cover, everything. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yep.
My thing is this, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Team Don Radio. You know what I'm saying? The 310 area code caller, just make sure you stay right there. Anybody else that want to chime in, call in 347-215-8653. Rajeezy and LB, stay right there also. My question, too, is like, I mean, what do you think about Photoshop? And what do you think about the people that use and abuse it? And we all know what we talking about when I say use and abuse it. Because a lot of people, you know, kind of use that thing as a loaded weapon as opposed to an actual tool for an actual art form like photography.
Yeah, you know, I have my degree in computer graphics, so Photoshop, you know, is a daily thing that I use. But a lot of my pictures, I don't really like to add things to it. You know, like you'll see a lot of album covers that have, you know, the Bentley, the diamonds, the rings, you know, everything that wasn't in that photo, they put it in Photoshop. And I kind of like to bring things back to the old school, you know, where you know, the Run DMC album covers, the LL Cool J's, the Rakims, you know, back then they didn't have no Photoshop. It was all about, I have to get this picture and I have to get it right on either the first or second try because I'm on film. You know, so I think a lot of artists, you know, if I'm just going to, you know, kind of take it on the music artists, I think a lot of artists really need to step up their game and say, you know what, come up with a concept. Come up with a theme of their album. Don't just get shot in front of a white background or a green screen. Really put some thought into what you're trying to say to the people. Because right now, there's not one album cover that's almost all of them look the same. You know, I have to give it up to like Jay-Z. He always comes out with some unique album covers. Right. You know, Snoop is always an animated album cover. You know, so I got to give it up to that. You know, but a lot of these covers nowadays, even the mixtapes, they're just throwing so many elements into it. And if they kept it simple, it'd be more of an impact. Because when somebody hands me a mixtape or hands you a mixtape and you look at it, and half the time, there might not even be a picture on it. It's just scribbled with some marker. You know, how you going to take them serious? You know, where if the other cat...
You kind of taking me back a little bit because I'm thinking about, like, some old school records that, you know what I'm saying, my mom used to have, like, some of the classic, you know what I'm saying, them ill ones, like the Parliament album.
Yeah.
Old classic albums that, you know, you're right, man, at the end of the day, you had, like, you know, some of them was real creative because I remember the Spinners album, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of, you know, it was one of them that was animated. It was real nice, but it was simple. You know what I'm saying?
What about
a lot of shots. Yeah, it was
what
a lot
about
of
this
photos.
one, though?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brand.
No, I was going to say it was a lot of shots that, you know what I'm saying, they took, and it was, like, real creative with it. You know what I'm saying? It was like the creativity was there before Photoshop, and it was right there. So it's kind of like now, I feel like, you know, especially with Photoshop, it's like real oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? And you have, like you said, all these people that have, you know, I guess you could say, you know, they photographies, but, you know, they photographers, quote unquote, but they not because, you know, they taking it, photoshopping it, and they really trying to make you believe this is really it. You know what I mean? As opposed to, you know, the actual art form as far as what it is. And that's what I mean when I say, man, I always feel like Photoshop is severely abused, and people use that as a crutch as opposed to actually trying to be able to find that right light or that good angle or that good shadow where it actually works for you. It works to your advantage as opposed to using Photoshop.
Exactly. Yeah. I call them Photoshop gurus. Cause, and I don't knock them at all. You know, there's a couple that I know, and I give them props. I mean, granted, they know how to work that Photoshop, but again, if you're gonna call yourself a photographer, learn how to shoot, learn your camera. You know, Don't call yourself a photographer and, like you said, oversaturated with Photoshop. Because that's not real, you know, and I like to be real, you know, and that's how you know, you get that respect. Because if you're real with people, people are going to see that and like, man, this guy don't use hardly any Photoshop, but I look good in the picture, you know?
Oh, yeah. Now,
Versus the dude who just took a photo.
Real quick, I think this, when it comes to, you know, photography, I always saw it as an art form. And, of course, you know, music, you know, if used right, you know, that's an art form. But we all know sometimes music can get oversaturated and get abused and things like that, too. Also, you know, I always felt that, you know, all the stuff with animation, claymation, all those different type of deals with that format is real, you know, genius when it comes to just the way they handle it. I mean, what's your take on the whole, you know, the animation, the claymation, you know, a lot of different things when it comes to that too?
Yeah, you know who's good for that is you know, Kanye West has a lot of, like, you know, he's had a couple animated videos. I love it because, again, that's where you're showing that creativity, you know. That claymation, I mean, and that's something nobody has thought of, doing a claymation video.
Right.
You know, would it take a long time? Yeah, but again, it's outside the box. You know, it's something so different that you know, I would love to see something like that. That would just be, man, you know, that would be something that was epic. You know, because people would be talking about that. You know, it'd probably be on World Star Hip Hop. You know, first claymation video, and I'm talking full-length music video. You know.
Hell yeah. So what is claymation exactly? Like, is that the kind of joint, like kind of like the Gumby kind of concept? You remember the shit Gumby back in the day, how it used to be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is.
That kind of
it
concept?
is. Yeah. So it's what it is it's stop action. So you move, you know, let's say you move the hand of the clay, and then, you know, it's basically frame for frame, stop action. Like I said, it's a lot of work, but if you had it down, and especially nowadays, you know, you could make something so intricate with clay that, you know, it would be crazy. I should have Germ make a clay candy music video.
Man, hey, speaking of clay, man, I'm glad y'all brought that up.
Callie,
what's
and
up?
You know, bro, you probably didn't see many of celebrity death matches, bro, on MTV back in the day, man. Come on.
Yo.
That's claymation right there. Perfect example. I'm glad you brought that up, man. More recently, you know what I'm saying, for the younger generation. Because I know everybody probably didn't follow me when I took it back to Gumby, man. I might have went back too far on a lot of the youngsters, you know what I mean? We might have lost that celebrity death match is a perfect example.
You probably lost a handful of people when you say Gumby. Like, some people like, Gumby? Like, what?
They probably said, is that a haircut?
Yeah, but you know, whoever the creator of that was an art form, and they brought that shit to life, and that shit actually, man, took off. Like, you know what I mean? It was a big deal back in the day, you know what I mean? Kind of like how Celebrity Deathmatch was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but speaking of the clay, man, the homie Germ Jilla, man, is doing some shit with the clay I've never seen nobody else do before. You know what I'm saying? Not just, you know what I mean, pump it because he's from the Bay, you know what I'm saying? We push that line. We all Bay boys on the line, you know what I'm saying? But real talk, I've never seen anything like his art form before. You know what I'm saying? And for the people that don't know, while you're listening to us, you can go check it out at claycandyshack.com right now, ClayCandyShack.com, and get an eye full of that, you know what I'm saying, and see what it is that the boy Germ Jilla got going on. And he's right out the Bay, young dude, 22 years old, man. He's been practicing. He got his craft down pat. He's been doing it for about 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no rookie. He's a seasoned vet at what he does, and he produces quality pieces, man. So if you ain't knowing, go to claycandyshack.com, man. Get an eye full, man. Get up on that. You don't want to be late. You definitely want to be ahead of the line, man, because this shit is going from the Bay to the world. You know what I mean? So definitely, man, you know what I'm saying? Look at the cats he's affiliating with. He's doing some real big things. He made a piece for the guy Wiz Khalifa. You know what I mean? You can check that out over there, the site they got at TGodXJets.com. You know what I'm saying? _ Germ Jilla, man, if y'all want to check it out and see what they got going on over there. You know, the dude is moving real mean right now. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why he couldn't make it on the show with us tonight, man. He's a busy dude. He got a lot of endeavors he's pursuing. He's doing hella shit at one time. You know what I mean? And, you know, we're going to hold it down for him and let the people know where they can get up on that. So go check out the sites. He got YouTube everywhere.
I think I seen him on the line for a split second, and then he dropped off or whatnot. But, yeah, we're going to continue to hold it. But I'm glad you came in to, you know, give us a little gospel about your art form, man. And like I said, to me,
Sure.
I always feel like when it comes to photography and stuff like that, man, like, you know, if done right, used for good and not for evil, you know what I'm saying, it can be a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, definitely hats off to your movement and continue that.
Thank you, man.
Hey, R, man, I'm going to let the people know where to get up with you. Let the people know about your websites and contacts or whatever, you know what I'm saying, how to get in touch with you, man, if they want to keep that image looking right, man, and get out of that bathroom mirror with your camera phone. Go ahead and set your whole life up. Get your image.
Yeah.
Man. Go ahead and let them know.
That's what's up, man. Once again, www.r54photography.com. You can even Google the name R54, and I'll come up. So, you know, if you know you do photography one day because you know you too busy or something, just Google R54. That's all you got to do, and I'll come up. But I do want to talk on the, you know, the clay candy for 1 minute. You know, Germ got some good things going, and it's crazy on the people that are calling us to get pieces made. You know, like Brandon Jennings of the Milwaukee Bucks, man.
Wow.
He's calling. He wants 3 pieces. You know, I mean, we got other people that it's amazing. It's amazing, and he's definitely taking it to another level. You know, and it's you know, check out, you know, like you said, check out Clay Candy. Make sure you follow Germ on Twitter, because that guy, he got a lot of followers right now, and his is Germ. It's JERM_Jilla, JILLA. And make sure you follow him on Twitter, man. But yeah, I gotta give him my props because he's a really humble dude. I wouldn't want to manage anybody else because this cat right here, he's I see a star, you know, and it's gonna be on, man.
No doubt, man. I seen what he was doing myself, man. I was blown away, man. I ain't seen nothing like that, man. I'm just proud to say that it came from the Bay. You know what I mean? They taking it to the world, but I'm glad to say it came from the Bay. You know what I mean? I'm proud to say that. So you know what I mean?
And wait till you get your pieces. Wait till you get your pieces.
Okay. You got that email I shot you, right? You got them?
Oh yeah. Okay, they're gonna be on. Watch. They're gonna come out wet.
All right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know what I mean? You know, I had to get with it, man. I'm getting with the movement, man. I suggest everybody else do the same. You see, you got NBA cats, NFL cats, rappers, ball players, entertainers, movie stars, you know what I mean, along to the regular cats like ourselves, man. Everybody getting with it. So, man, y'all tune in to that, man. Hit the website. Check it out. The homie Germ Jilla, man, bringing clay candy to the world. And the homie R54, man, making sure your image is crispy, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do over here, man. We pushing the arts.
There you go. Man, definitely appreciate you coming on, man. And, yeah, definitely, man, anything that we can be able to do to help push your line, man, that's what we're here for, you know what I mean? So, you know, we here at Team Dime, we want to try to make sure we cover everywhere. Like, you know, we covering it worldwide right about now. So definitely appreciate you stopping by and giving us that game about some real official artwork. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's. Hey, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No doubt, man.
Appreciate you, Ramon.
All right, man. You guys have a good one, and have a blessed night, man.
All right.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.
Nexxlegacy Radio.